Suljovic. Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one. 2,000 fans in the hall here in Hamburg, and Rod Harrington sat alongside me.
Yes, hello Dan. The tartan tear-up. It's a different meaning to what I understand that to mean.
We'll not get into that. Now, Mensur Suljovic is a man who has just been getting better and better over the last 18 months, 2 years or so. Mike De Decker, a young man we haven't seen that much of, but you all have seen him on the development tour, and a lot of people think very highly of this lad.
Yeah, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg back to throw first.
A good temperament.
Game on!
As most of these youngsters have. But he's up against an old campaigner, isn't he? And to be quite honest, we keep expecting Mensur to fall down a little bit with that throw and what have. But he doesn't. He just seems to 1% better each time. And well, sometimes he throws darts and you think, how the hell did that go in? But it certainly does. As in that one dart there.
Yeah. It's a regular fixture of Mensur Suljovic's game. You think he's not going to hit something, and then he does.
83.
And he does it all the time, and it's been happening so often. This is not a fluke. Mensur Suljovic, by virtue of his performances on the professional circuit, finds himself as the number 14 seed.
100.
He is a 5-time European Tour semi-finalist, a 2-time major semi-finalist, but a man who has never made a final in any PDC ranking event.
45.
You would think if his form carries on, it's only a matter of time, but sometimes things can get stuck in your head and you hit a barrier that you just don't seem to be able to get across.
Yes, and Mensur could be one of those, I'm afraid. However, just making quarters and the odd semis, still earns you a lot of money on the game today. But this young man, you know, experience, as we've said so often, you can't buy experience, you can only earn it.
96.
And
Mensur, you require
2, 3, 4 years' time,
161.
there'll be, you know, Mike around, Josh Paynes, all those young lads, and they will be kicking the backsides of the senior professionals at the moment.
Well, I think they may. Now, Mensur Suljovic, and he'll go back up the top. Oh, no, he doesn't.
84.
Well, leaves himself 77. Mike De Decker under pressure on his own throw. Needs a treble.
41.
Doesn't get it. So Mensur Suljovic, very strong position in this opening leg for a break of throw.
Yes, at the moment, De Decker has just not found his range. 18 for double top for Suljovic to break the throw.
Game shot in the first leg.
That he doesn't do very often. He gives himself chances
Second leg,
and he takes them.
Mensur to throw first.
And when you look about over the last 2 years, Dan, his percentage on doubles overall is probably up there with the Van Gerwens and Taylors.
Yeah. Probably swelled by his success on double 14, but it's not like he's a mug on the rest of them either.
134.
And there are players out there who've got a favourite double and they are deadly on it, but when it comes to other ones they've left, you don't really fancy them. But Mensur, you just bet against him hitting anything.
23.
De Decker.
Well, I think with Mensur come on the circuit, you know, had him the odd one of those in our day with a really extreme throw. You think, well, yeah, they're going to perform now and again, but you know, you'd like to draw them. Mensur's stuck in there.
Yeah. You don't want to play him.
No, he is dangerous.
97.
And he is slow, although he's pretty quick today. But let's not hide the fact that he's actually a brilliant dart player. It isn't his slow play that wins him games. It's because he's a great dart player.
I can name a number of players who've come off stage after getting beaten by Mensur Suljovic, and they've been every curse word under the sun. It's not fair. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's slowing down. I can't. Tough, unfortunately.
Get over it. It ain't going to change.
That is the only thing I can say.
140.
The way you beat Mensur Suljovic is by going throwing a ton plus average and being better than him, and that's the only way to do it, I'm afraid. He can take as long as he wants. He can
56. Mensur,
waddle over to the table and have a drink and chalk his hand up and just swing his arms a bit before he throws. There's nothing against that in the rule book.
Well, my son played him in a qualifier up in Wigan last year.
Ooh. Now then,
he wants the
does he
bullseye.
go? He does, and he takes it out.
Mensur Suljovic, third leg Magda through
Yeah, I was
first.
saying my son played him in the qualifier and he walked off and he said, "How do you beat him?" I said, "Slow him down a bit."
100.
And my son just looked at me as if I was going to do Dally. But in actual fact, you know, you do have to do things to, you know, just try and throw him off his momentum. You know, he's doing it to you, so do something back.
Well, these two have met a couple of times before. One was
98.
just last month in Barnsley. The other one was in Dusseldorf on the European Tour last year. Both occasions, it has been won by Mensur Suljovic, but both times it has gone to a
57.
deciding 11th leg. So Mike De Decker has not been far away from claiming a maiden victory over Mensur Suljovic.
Going on the speed, I know we're only in this third leg, but I think this is the quickest I've seen Mensur actually play this game.
He's not playing. He's a player who will slow down and speed up, and that's one of the things.
122.
When you can see him slow down in a game. You can see him take more time and do there's certain little actions and motions he does when he's trying to slow the game down. But he always maintains that is about him getting his best darts. It's about making himself play better rather than affecting the rhythm of his opponent. Now, that may be true, it may be not.
I think it's rubbish.
Well, it may be true, it may be not.
I
It
think
doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
But it has coincided with him playing some pretty good darts all the same.
Yes, exactly. There's no question. He does slow certain people down to try and put them off their stride. And like I said, it's in the rules. Get over it because it won't change. It's like a crowd getting on your back. Max Hopp against Ian White. They were giving Ian White a bit of stick, but in actual fact, they were cheering so much for Max Hopp that was putting him off.
Yeah, it was an early exit for Ian White. Max Hopp making the most of his support in the German
100.
crowd. Again,
Mike, you require 100.
keep saying it about Max Hopp, a mature performance from him. Now, De Decker doesn't get the treble 18 he was after. Mensur Suljovic has got 81 for a second break of throw and a 3-0 lead. And now Mensur slows it down. That little swing of the arms and the dart pass between the fingers. Now he addresses the Oki. Well, it's the treble 15 and we'll have another little pause, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mensur Suljovic. Double 9. Obviously the double 9 switch from double 18. It's the best switch on the board.
It's the first time we've seen it hit this weekend as well. He must love double 9 because he's just above the double 14 anyway.
Exactly. As we said, you don't bet against Mensur hitting any double. It can't do him any harm if it's near his favourite double 14, and he is 2 breaks up in this match.
60.
Mike De Decker in beating Darren Johnson, a veteran campaigner, it's fair to say. Won his first ever game on the European Tour in the first round.
41.
So it's a significant weekend for him, whatever happens in this one. But right now he's 21 points shy in the overall average of Mensur Suljovic.
Well, them averages for Mensur is up there with anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that is excellent throwing.
If Michael van Gerwen had thrown that, admittedly, he'd have done it about half the time, but we'd be going,
58.
wow, Michael van Gerwen's in the mood.
Absolutely. In actual fact, Michael would have been walking off the stage by now.
Well, he might well have done.
140.
It's unfortunate for Mike De Decker as he just tries to find a way back into this match. And Mensur, he'll take his time. There we go. Little plod to the Oki. And fires it in the treble 20.
140.
I'd like to see Mensur Suljovic's percentage on his last dart find in the major treble, because he does it so often. Nicks a treble with his last dart. He's got 20-20 and another ton. And as a player, when you're standing behind someone that keeps doing that, it does wear you down.
It might be the only dart you're watching. You know, if you just, you're
it gets
too
on
busy.
your nerves.
Yeah.
You think, I can't believe it. And of course, then you say, oh, he's just such a lucky dart player. But it isn't.
If it happens enough,
100.
it stops being luck.
Well, he's aiming at it, so it can't be much. But
I mean, yeah, this is going for something else, and he keeps hitting 60.
50.
But I don't think
Mensah,
he
you
is.
require 143.
Opportunity missed by De Decker there, and Mensor's going to get 6 darts from 143 for what would look a commanding 4-0 lead. He may only need 3 darts, you know. Frustrated he's not going to take it out straight away.
91. $95. Mensah, you require 52.
Which way is it going to be then, Mensor? 20 for double 16, 12 for tops. It is 20 for double 16.
Game shot on the
And it is 4-0. And Mensur
Suljovic
Suljovic appears to be strolling towards the last 16.
yeah, Mike has not really found his
93.
range. I mean, we talk about it so often about the first dart that goes low, a little bit of tension. And the first dart is the most important because it's giving you the line and length. You know, if you're going to miss, you've got to miss above. And Mike's not. He's having to switch all the time, and he's come down to the 90s there low, so he's having to follow up to the 18s. Where Mensah, if the dart is low, it doesn't worry him because he can find the treble from there. That's a better dart. You can find the treble from there, or should find the treble from there.
60.
Well, they were 3 really well thrown darts.
That's
just a
unfortunate,
little bit of bad luck.
Well, Mike De Decker, he only started playing when he was about 17 years old. So he's only been playing the game.
95.
That's when he first picked up a dart. So he hasn't been playing 2-3 years. To be playing on this stage in the second round of European Tour event is some going.
140.
You know, he prefers the black dart. Visually, in the dartboard, it doesn't take up so much of the bed. It looks a lot smaller, where Mensah's got big old silver darts, but there's still plenty of room in the treble for him.
180.
It's almost as if he wants to prove you wrong
Yeah.
in certain respects, isn't it? As he has done many people over the last couple of years, Mensur Suljovic. He's got a 2-dart check out here for a 5-0 lead, and we could see the first whitewash of the day if this goes. Even if he doesn't, De Decker's on 170, which we have seen today, but De Decker's body language, back of the stage there, doesn't look good. Now, Mensur. Okay, so he goes back up the board.
56.
You see,
Mike, you require 170.
he's well in control of this game. He's still frustrated that he's not hitting everything.
58.
Tops for
Mensur
Mensur for a
require
triple
40.
break and a 5-0 lead, and to go within one leg of a place in the last 16 to face either Roby John Rodriguez, his World Cup of Darts partner for Austria, or Michael Smith, the number 3 seed he beat last weekend in Gibraltar. Tops he wants. Double 10.
20.
A chance for De
Mike, you
Decker.
require 112.
Got to find the treble.
52. Mensah, you require 20.
Well, you feel that Mensah's not going to miss this double again.
Game shot on the 5th
And
leg.
you would be right to feel that. It is 5-0, and Mike De Decker has got it all on to avoid being whitewashed
Game
here.
on.
Roby John Rodriguez versus Michael Smith will be our 3rd game of this evening's session. The winner of that will face the winner of this
87.
one here. And right now, well, I think they've probably stopped taking bets on it being Mensur Suljovic.
Yeah, Mike has not really got into his stride at all. He hasn't found his range. You know, like you say, he's in his infancy of his career, and these sort of things happen, and he's just got to be strong and get over it. He mustn't worry about it in the next game, otherwise it just carries on and on. But
Well, there are opportunities, aren't there? I mean, you know, with the development tour that he plays, he won a couple of development tours last year.
60.
You know, there's always another tournament. I mean, theoretically, he could fly over to the UK today and play in the development tour tomorrow.
140.
Well, I would have done. I would have booked an extra flight to go over and thinking, right, I could, you know, if he'd have lost yesterday, he could have played all 4 events. Both 2 today and 2 tomorrow. I would have done that.
Is there not a sort of defeatist attitude? There's something in the back of your head there going, well, I might lose this game, so...
No, I don't think so, not at all. I mean, you're hedging your bets. You're doing what you have to do.
64.
You know, what's he going to do? Sit around here tonight and tomorrow if he loses? No, he could be playing 2 tournaments and earn himself a few grand as well.
Well, he certainly could. 2 grand for a development tour win.
59.
A win here for him against Mensur would have equalled that. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but he could get a leg on the board here. Double 16 for De Decker.
94.
Oh, and he misses inside, and that might well be that.
Yes, it would be nice of him to get a leg on the board. No one wants to see anybody whitewashed.
I think Mensur Suljovic would mind. Double 15 for the match, and there it is, and Mensur Suljovic completes a 6-0 win. Gives a hug to Mike De Decker, but I don't think it'll mean a great deal to the young Belgian. However, it's a good weekend for him in that he's claimed his first win on the European Tour, and I'm sure we'll see more from this young man. It just didn't go for him against Mensur today. Mensur Mania is sweeping Hamburg, and the Happy Bet European Darts match play. We've got 2 more games for you in the afternoon session. Mervyn King against Daryl Gurney in a match that could well be a thriller to round things off. But coming up, it's another exciting young player, Chris Dobie, a quarter-finalist in Munich, taking on Jelle Klaassen, the World Championship semi-finalist.
Der gute Mike De Decker, der gestern noch so stark gespielt hat. Aber herzlichen Glückwunsch natürlich an Mensur Suljovic. Ja, was für ein Einstand, unglaublich.
Danke, das ist mein Freund. Wir sind Teamkollegen. Leider bei ihm ist nicht so richtig gegangen. Bei mir hat sie alles aufgegangen. Ich habe die Doppel auch getroffen und Gott sei Dank habe ich gewonnen.
Jetzt könnte es natürlich heute Abend zu einem morgen zu einem sehr speziellen Aufeinandertreffen kommen, denn heute Abend spielt Robbie John Rodriguez gegen den Bully Boy. Eventuell geht es gegen den Landsmann. Das wäre schon was ganz Spezielles, oder?
Ja, gegen meinen Freund ist immer was Spezielles. Ich wünsche ihm, dass er heute gewinnt. Ja, mein Freund ist leider ein bisschen krank, aber in seine besten Verhältnisse, ich glaube, dass er gute Chance hätte gegen Michael Smith.
Jetzt ist es so, wir werden noch eine Frage auf Englisch machen. What do you think about the crowd here in Hamburg? It's a fantastic atmosphere or not?
Absolute beste Atmosphäre, was ich bis jetzt gesehen habe.
Okay, dann herzlichen Glückwunsch und